This is the Spatial Media Expert Series presented by Skyrim.ai. In this episode, we discuss what spatial media is and why it matters.
Welcome back, everyone, to the Skyrim.ai Expert Series. Today, we're diving deep into something pretty exciting that's changing how we see sports. It's called Spatial Sports Media. So forget just watching on a flat screen. Imagine you could actually move around the stadium virtually, see that goal from behind the net, or maybe get a bird's eye view of a play. That's what Spatial Sports Media is all about, shifting you from just watching to, well, actively participating in how you view it.
Exactly. And the really interesting part is this isn't some far-off future tech anymore. It's actually starting to happen right now. There's this convergence of factors making it possible. We'll look at the tech breakthroughs, how fan expectations are changing, and the need for innovation in the sports media world itself. We'll also touch a bit on how Skyrim.ai fits into this picture. Our goal really is to help you understand why this shift in experiencing sports is, well, so significant.
Okay, sounds great. So maybe for listeners just getting up to speed, can you paint a clearer picture? What exactly is spatial sports media?
Sure. At its heart, it means capturing live sports in 3 dimensions. This creates this really rich interactive experience for you, the viewer. You get to control your viewpoint, essentially navigate inside a digital version of the game. Think of it like having the freedom to roam around the field or the court virtually. So instead of just seeing the angles the director picks, you could pause a key moment, rewind it, and then look at it from literally any position you want, even zoom right in.
Wow. That sounds like a totally different way to engage with a match or a game.
It really is. And it's not just for the fans. Broadcasters get benefits too. They get like unprecedented creative freedom. They can capture angles that physical cameras just can't reach. Imagine seeing a penalty kick exactly from the goalie's perspective.
Yeah.
Or seeing the whole field like the quarterback does right before the snap. It just opens up huge possibilities for storytelling, for analysis.
Okay, I remember some earlier attempts at 3D sports, right, with the glasses and all that. It felt a bit clunky. How is this different?
Right, that's a key point. Those early stereoscopic 3D broadcasts, they were a step, sure. But spatial sports media is a much bigger evolution. Think of it in stages, maybe. We started with, just one 2D camera. The director controlled everything. Then we got more angles, instant replays, even those 360 surround views like the NFL had. That was kind of the first generation, Gen 1.0, you could call it a volumetric capture. It showed you could capture performances in 3D with lots of cameras. But those systems were often really expensive, complex, mostly used for short pre-rendered clips.
So those were more about capturing specific moments, not the whole live game interactively.
Exactly. Then came Gen 2.0. You saw improvements in compression, maybe some early AI like neural networks trying to make things look more real. But still, lots of hardware, lots of offline processing time. Spatial sports media, that's what we're calling Gen 3.0. It's a huge leap. It's a completely new approach, AI native from the ground up, focused on real-time broadcast quality 3D, but at scale.
Real-time 3D at scale. Okay, that does sound like a game changer.
It is. It's not just tweaking the old ways. It's using advanced AI to make volumetric video solutions that are way more scalable, more efficient. And the crucial bit for you, the viewer, is that interactivity. You're not just watching passively in 3D, you have real-time control. Choose your angle. It's like the difference between watching a recorded game versus exploring a replay in a video game, And this is where Skyrim.ai's work with Echo comes in.
Right, Echo. Tell us a bit more about that. How is Skyrim.ai contributing here?
So Skyrim.ai developed Echo. It's an AI reconstruction model specifically designed for sports. The goal is to get that really high-quality 3D output, but with way fewer cameras than those older systems. Just to give you an idea, a traditional setup for, say, soccer might need around 90 cameras. Echo aims for similar quality with maybe closer to 30. That reduction in hardware, plus the smart AI software, makes interactive 3D much more practical, more cost-effective for live events. Now, getting full real-time processing with Echo is still the ultimate goal, but Skyrim.ai is making really significant strides there.
Okay, so fewer cameras, that makes sense for accessibility. But why is that real-time processing so critical?
The real-time part is absolutely fundamental for that immersive experience we're talking about. Think about the old volumetric video. It could take hours, sometimes days, to render the 3D scene. Modern spatial media systems, they're pushing for almost instant reconstruction. Imagine watching, say, an American football game. Incredible touchdown catch. You could immediately pause, circle around the receiver in 3D slow-mo, see the catch, the defender, from any angle you pick. That kind of immediacy, that control, just wasn't possible before.
Yeah, that level of interaction would definitely make me feel more connected to what's happening.
Absolutely. And, Skyrim.ai's industry reports talk about this. It puts you, the fan, in the director's seat. You get to customize how you watch, really dive into the action. It blurs the lines between watching and, participating in how you view it, like controlling your view in a game. It's a big shift from the old we show, you watch model.
Yeah.
It becomes you choose how you want to watch.
It really sounds like the tech pieces are finally falling into place. But why is this all kicking off now? What are the main drivers?
Well, it's really several things coming together at just the right time. First, just the sheer pace of tech advancement. AI has made huge strides, especially in computer vision, neural rendering. At the same time, cloud computing is way more powerful and accessible. That gives us the backbone to process and send out all this spatial data. Plus, 3D graphics, hardware and software keep getting better, making the rendering on our devices more realistic, more interactive. So these Gen 3.0 solutions, they're basically solving the big technical problems that held things back before. Problems like needing tons of cameras, the heavy processing, the bandwidth needed. Now, clever AI can sort of fill in the gaps from fewer cameras, compress the data better, stream high-quality 3D efficiently. Live spatial broadcasts are actually doable now.
Okay, so the tech is mature enough. What about the audience? What are fans looking for today?
That's the second huge piece of the puzzle, absolutely. Today's sports fans, especially younger ones, they grew up with video games, with immersive 3D graphics. They kind of expect interactivity, personalization. Compared to a really engaging game, a traditional linear 2D sports broadcast can feel a bit passive, maybe even outdated. Spatial media just offers a much more compelling experience, more immersive, more interactive, and that engagement is key for keeping viewers and attracting new ones. There was that NVIDIA case study, envisioning a future where all major sports are captured spatially, letting fans everywhere personalize their view.
Yeah, and I've heard some talk, seen some data suggesting younger audiences aren't as locked into traditional live sports broadcasts.
That's definitely a trend people are watching. Some 2024 data hints at maybe a dip in traditional live viewing among Gen Z. But interestingly, a study from 2023 showed that these same younger viewers really value things like AR graphics, deep analysis, good replays. Those things drive their engagement. And think about this. Something like 80% of Gen Z watches sports mainly on their phones. Spatial media, being interactive and personal, fits really well with those habits and expectations.
So it's about meeting the modern fan where they are with the kind of experience they expect. Any other factors pushing this forward?
Yeah, another big one is just the saturation in the traditional sports media market. Broadcast viewership in many places has kind of hit a ceiling or is even dipping slightly. So leagues, teams, networks, they're all looking for fresh ways to grab and hold attention. Immersive media is a powerful way to kind of shake up how sports are packaged. The global sports rights market is massive, right? Like $60 billion. But it's super competitive, fragmented. Spatial media offers a genuinely new way to stand out, create premium experiences. Imagine selling a spatial season pass access to interactive 3D replays for every game. That's a whole new value proposition, potentially big new revenue.
That definitely sounds like a differentiator in a crowded field.
For sure. And, we can't forget the pandemic's impact either. When fans couldn't go to games, the sports world had to scramble, experiment with digital engagement, virtual fan zones, AR on broadcasts, things like that. That whole period kind of sped up the acceptance of non-traditional ways to experience sports. So now, spatial media feels like the next logical step, bridging that gap between being there and watching at home, letting remote fans feel more, virtually present. You hear execs talking more and more about how crucial these immersive remote experiences are for connecting with global fans.
Right, so it's this mix. Tech maturity, changing fans, market pressures, and even the pandemic accelerating things. What's the timeline look like? When does this become mainstream?
Well, according to the State of Spatial Media report, the forecast is actually pretty near term. They're predicting spatial media will likely hit mainstream adoption in sports within the next, say, 18 to 24 months. That's driven by costs coming down for the tech and performance getting better, especially the real-time aspect. We're really talking about something transformative here. It could seriously disrupt the, $230 billion global sports media industry. It's not science fiction. It's happening now.
Okay, so let's get concrete. How will this actually look and feel for us, the fans? Give us some examples.
Oh, there are loads of cool applications. For you, the fan, immersive replays are huge. Imagine reliving that amazing goal or that buzzer beater from any angle you want right after it happens. That seriously deepens how you engage with the moment. It's a perfect premium feature for streaming services, turning highlights from just clips into these interactive experiences. That really appeals to tech-savvy fans.
Yeah, I can see that being a major draw. What about for the broadcasters putting the show together? How do they use this?
For broadcasters, it opens up creating totally new virtual camera angles, cinematic shots that were impossible before. Think about a camera seemingly floating right over the quarterback's shoulder, or seeing a really close call from the ref's exact viewpoint. It allows for much richer storytelling, better analysis. You could have like 3D telestrations that fly around the players to show tactics. And there's even the potential for completely customizable broadcasts. You choose your main angle, maybe follow a specific player or use an interactive timeline while the commentary track stays synced up.
That level of personalization is wild, and I bet this opens up new ways to make money too.
Oh, absolutely. Monetization is a big part of it. Think about AR advertising inside those 3D replays. Virtual billboards on the field that only people exploring the replay see. Or maybe product placement that appears dynamically right where the winning shot happened when a fan explores that moment. Because it's digital, the ad possibilities are almost endless, even personalized. Plus, the spatial content itself is valuable. Teams could sell immersive highlight packs or even virtual reality tickets for courtside views. And don't forget the data. Knowing which angles fans choose, how they interact, that's gold for sponsors and advertisers. It creates new revenue streams way beyond just traditional TV ads.
So it impacts the viewing experience and the economics. What about the teams, the players themselves? Any benefits there?
Definitely. For coaching and analysis, it's huge. Teams can use these 3D captures for way more detailed insights. Instead of just 2D film, coaches can review plays in full 3D, really scrutinize formations, techniques from any angle. You might spot things you'd miss in 2D, like exactly where a player is looking, or subtle body positioning. Some teams are already looking at VR training using this kind of real game data in 3D. Makes training more realistic. And for injury prevention or assessment, being able to analyze collisions volumetrically, see the exact impact angles in 3D, or spot biomechanical issues by rotating the view. That could be really valuable for player health and safety.
That could genuinely improve player performance and well-being. How about strengthening that fan-team connection?
Yeah, teams can weave spatial media into their apps to boost engagement all year round. Maybe loyalty points for interacting with 3D highlights, or letting fans easily clip and share their favorite angle of a big play on social media. Imagine the organic reach when fans become creators, sharing the cool perspectives they find. Teams jumping on this early can really position themselves as innovative, tech-forward brands. That resonates with younger fans especially.
Okay, this all sounds incredibly powerful, but if I'm a sports team or a broadcaster listening to this thinking, wow, how do I even start? What's the first step?
That's a really practical question, and yeah, it can seem daunting. The good news is you don't have to rip everything out and start over. There are platforms emerging and partnerships designed to help organizations dip their toes in. Industry groups like the XR Sports Alliance, Skyrim.ai, as part of that, are really important here. They bring tech companies and sports organizations together to collaborate on pilot projects, share what they learn, get expert help with production, distribution, monetization. A big goal for these alliances is to avoid fragmentation, help develop common standards so these experiences can scale across the whole industry.
So collaborating and learning together is key. This has been incredibly insightful, a really fantastic deep dive into spatial sports media. It genuinely feels like we're standing at the edge of a major change in how we experience sports.
Absolutely. I think if there's one key takeaway, it's this. Spatial sports media isn't just an incremental update. It's a fundamental shift in the fan experience, driven by powerful tech, changing audience demands, and the sports world's own need to innovate. It's happening now.
Yeah. And it definitely leaves you thinking, doesn't it? As this becomes more common, how will it change our connection to our teams, to the athletes? What totally new ways to engage, maybe even participate, might pop up that we can't even picture yet? It's a fascinating future to think about. Thanks so much for breaking it all down for us today.
Skyrim.ai was founded by veterans of the spatial media industry and is committed to advancing the field of immersive sports experiences and storytelling to fans everywhere.